oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oh, yeah, for a second I thought it spawned me in the water. I suppose that means this viewarium is doing its job. Observatory? Yes, thank you, godly choir, for really hammering in the momentous occasion. Oh, it is so surreal seeing that Leviathan just swimming about down there. So many predators just beyond reach. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Subnautica. And man, I just love this. This is one of those series where it's going by so quickly because I'm always just so excited to record the next part. There's just so much exploration, so much learning to do, and it's so satisfying just slowly uncovering the tools to make it all happen. What we need to be doing is define our next goals and just kind of trust that we'll happen into them along the way, and that's kind of the way this game's progression is structured, I think. So, what's next? Well, this life pod was said to be stranded near a cave system. Maybe we can go out there and try and see what that cave system is all about? I mean, going deeper is something we want to do now that we've got the Seamoth upgrade. There's a lot to see out here, and we're only recently gaining the means to actually really dive down. Hello, that's really strange. Wait, that doesn't make much sense. There's a volcanic vent on this floating island? How does that work? Wait, if we get underneath, like how can there be volcanic activity on something that's not even connected to the ground? Or I guess what you could call the ground. It is fairly sizable of a chunk, I suppose.
Maximum depth reached.
Uh-oh.
Hull damage imminent.
That is actually very, very deep. It seems like you bone sharks actually like hanging out in amongst these things. We saw one of you swimming in the caves earlier looking for crabs. Oh, I wasn't sure if we had been in here already, but I guess we have. I was pretty sure we had. Maybe I didn't want to try it without the laser cutter. Oop, danger. Laser cutter here. Oop. But we can get chick plant pot. So many mundane things to discover.
Blueprint acquired.
What else is here? I swear we've seen this all before. Why is this not open? I swear we've seen this all. Did the doors just close between saves or something? Huh. Maybe it was before that crash, I don't know. But in any case, we do have this now, and we are going to be putting it to use. It's kind of cool, I think, how some of the tools allow you to revisit things you may have already discovered. And so it's not like when you're done exploring something, you're just done with that area or that biome. There's always some reason to come back. Oof. Let's just keep an eye on our O2. Learn from Shipbreaker. Swim charge spins. Wirelessly charges your held tool while you swim. We certainly haven't been here before. Okay, we need to head out, get some air, and come back. Yes. Oh, very dangerous, very dangerous. Oh man, all these sparking electrical devices create so many panicky lights when you're trying to swim your way out of these destroyed cabins. Oh, we must have made our way all the way into the other side of the thing. You've been chewing on this thing while I was here, haven't you? I don't really know how to protect my stuff while I'm inside. Oh, Cyclops fire suppression system. Installs a fire suppression system on the Cyclops. We've got to see about building that, because I think that is how we're best going to go about, like, long-range travel.
PRAWN Safety Instructions Appendix A14. Don't climb on or get off equipment while it's moving.
Will maybe not do. I guess we'll see. Anything here? We can see the outside, but we can't quite squeeze through. Open up. How come every time I open one of these doors, there's some predator directly outside of it? You know, it's not a lot of times, but it's weird that it happened twice. One of those situations. In any case, this has been a worthwhile stop. Where did we leave that sea moth? Right over there. Okay, so we've got all kinds of swimming upgrades we have to make. I think we're gonna need some kelp forest for that. But there's no reason to stop there. We've got some limestone here. Anytime we see this, we need to stop and try and grab some copper. It's so essential in electronics, but we see so little of it where we live. There we go. And just all these predators floating in the same soup as us. It's strange how for the most part they ignore us, except for that one really annoying electric boy. Ampiels were they called? Oh, I don't remember if I ever remembered to read about them. I know we got the scan, hang on. Indigenous life forms, fauna, carnivores. A powerful and inquisitive predator found inhabiting the deeper waters of the reefs in bulbbush colonies. Torso-mounted prongs generate a powerful electrical current which the ampiel uses to incapacitate its prey. A large, flexible jaw, studded with sharp teeth. If a faster, stronger, and hungrier predator lives on the reefs, it appears to avoid the ampiel. They're definitely the most dangerous thing we've encountered so far, with the obvious exception of the leviathans. But we won't even get to learn their name until we can incapacitate them. Maybe that stasis rifle we found can do the job. We'll have to test it at some stage. How is our inventory already full? I also noticed in editing that there was another tablet outside of LifePod 6. So let's have a look at that.
Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the rescue teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the routes are radiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Out there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go.
Wow, that makes the eventual outcome even more aggravating. We had a useless load and someone who may have been a good survival partner. Now, let's have another go at this trench, shall we? It definitely is quite deep. We've been down here once before, but ooh. But never this deep. We're seeing new life forms there. Look, it's like some kind of eel. Oh, and they live amid these, they look almost like jellyfish plants. Okay, this is gonna be a scannable wonderland. Let's have a look. So, I wonder if they're hostile. I'm willing to bet they're hostile. Are you not gonna appreciate me getting close to your hiding spot? Oh, you're very angry, you're very angry. But not quite as aggressive as some of the others, I suppose. Hang on, what's happening? Okay, I guess we were just able to get you, and never mind. Very unclear on how you guys actually work. Okay, let's just chill inside here for a little while because these guys are a huge problem. This life form appears to live in symbiosis with the local flora. All encountered specimens have been located within 50 meters of jelly shroom flora, frequently within the plants themselves. The crab snake has 2 pairs of fangs, and 1 larger claw on either side. It plunges these claws into its prey, locking them in place while the inner jaw tears through the flesh. Jelly shrooms provide the perfect lair from which to ambush their prey. Can you please pause the game while I'm reading? Thanks. Go away. Let's just hang out in this corner over here then. Anyway, jelly shrooms provide the perfect lair from which to ambush their prey and protect their young. The presence of crab snakes likely deters herbivores from feeding on the jelly shroom itself, thus ensuring the relationship continues. Crab snakes display territorial behavior when threatened, patrolling the cave systems in which they reside. Okay, then what about the jelly shrooms? A lifeform unique to a microcosm located in a cave system deep within the grassy plateaus, where a high concentration of carnivorous lifeforms ward off smaller predators. Consists of a tough, trunk-like base from which grows a fragile purple membrane. Membrane structure suggests vulnerability to predation, but evidence thereof is lacking. Unknown defense mechanism? Possible symbiotic relationship? Well, I think we figured out what that defense mechanism is. Oops. Howls from the deep. How inviting. Actually, we should be seeing just how deep this goes, shouldn't we? Oop. 255 meters at the lowest. Seems to be some caves over this way. Can we maybe... do we dare try to swim inside? Doesn't seem to be any particular reason for us to stay here, nor do I think it'll protect us if one of these things decides to come looking for a home. And I guess that glow indicates that one of you can be found inside. Is that correct? And not quite, but... have we maybe just found one of your larvae? Should I not be doing this? Is this asking for trouble? Creature egg. Much as I'd love a pet, we're a long way from that, and I do think that that's asking for trouble in the meantime. I am not equipped to deal with you guys. I think our next thing should be the stasis rifle. It'll allow us to get so many easier scans on these predators. You guys fell down right next to this? I wonder if they don't come out sometimes. Maybe the inhabitants of that life pod were dragged down. And there's the volcanic vents. There is so much more to this. Oh, wait, hey, look! That is a human platform. Maybe something to do with the Degasi? I mean, it looks rusted. Barnacles growing all over. Oh. You stay away from that, you. Come on, go on. Is that the wrong thing to do? Move up and away. Get in. Oh, you guys, it's so annoying how you guys will just attack stuff that I leave. But that means there's gotta be more down here, right? Like, what's the purpose of this? In any case, I'm not seeing any way to really travel deeper that I can see. Oh, wait, there may be more in that direction. Yep, those are definitively human-made platforms. God, I hate the sounds you're making. That one light's still burning, who knows how long later. Battery. I mean, the way it was presented, I was expecting some sort of apocalyptic log. a PDA that ends in cut-off screams. Of course, here you are to immediately undo all the repairs I just made. Okay, so whose bright idea was this? I thought my base was in a bad spot. Okay. In order to get in there, we're gonna have to push our way past some dangerous jellyfish. Do we have scans of you guys, actually? It doesn't seem like we can. Let's just try and be careful. Oh, this is so creepy. Diving through somebody's living space, but yes! Bart Targal's log number 1, this world.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. Learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power. That the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
And yet we've seen how this works out. Not only did you know about them, you set up here deliberately. You couldn't have at least had a base camp, outside the cave?
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do.
It's a cynical world out there. Are we even sure we want to leave? Maybe we can make something better here.
Signal location uploaded.
You know what Maida told me today? She wants to build a habitat 500 meters below sea level, more than 1 kilometer northeast of here. And she needs Bart and I to do it. She's got it into her head that she can save us if she just acts recklessly enough. But I've hauled Star Wars to Neptune, Plasteel to the Federation. This family operates 9 different mining colonies across the Ariadne Arm. Maida thinks she's better suited to lead. Her contract still says otherwise. But I just cannot damn well tell whether it's the stupidest idea I ever heard, or my only hope. I turned 80 years old last week.
Captain.
I thought I had another 80 in me, but marooned on this planet, there's no swapping out of my liver when the old one fails. Here, I'm mortal. And Maida is useful. So, it's my responsibility to make a decision. Return to the island and hope whatever knocked the Degasi out of the sky won't do the same to the rescue ship. Or take us deeper in search of answers. And all the while be hoping old age gets me before the sea monsters do. I'll give Maida just one thing. She was right about these caves. There's enough lithium there to fabricate 100 tons of plasteel. Enough for a damn fleet of Cyclops submarines. There was nothing anyone could have done to avoid crashing here. But I was right to order the detour. If we get off this planet, they'll be talking about the Torgal share price on the other side of the Federation.
integrating new PDA data.
Well, the prize is mine now.
Seek fluid intake.
Yes, I know. Ultra high capacity tank. I guess we already had it. But, yeah, you guys walked so I could run. I'm standing in your footsteps and then taking one step farther. Only I intend to go all the way.
We're already 200 meters below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's
30
shut
seconds.
off. You see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
You're mad.
I'm going all the same, and I've an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level.
Maybe we should actually go in search of this other place you wanted to build. I mean, you just as easily could have died here, but maybe you did actually get that far, in which case you probably left a lot more juicy logs for me to find, didn't you?
Fluid intake immediately.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to the bay in a bit. But first we've got one more thing to find.
Something incredible just happened. Since we're down here, I had this plan to build equipment and study the life forms we were encountering, but I didn't have enough enameled glass. So, I started looking for a natural substrate that would strengthen the glass we have, and those stalker teeth we've been finding fit the bill. Only, well, we needed more. That's when Marguerite got interested. She actually listened to me, more than I can say for father, and I worked up the courage to talk about my more tentative theories. When I told her they were attracted to metal deposits, that their teeth get dislodged when they pick them up, her eyes narrowed and she dashed out of the room. 3 hours later, she came back, her pack loaded down with stalker teeth. I asked her about it. She shrugged and said my theories were good. Said she had the meeting out of the palm of her hand. I think she meant it literally. She is incredible. She went out to the kelp forest armed with just a heat blade and went fin to fin with a pack of stalkers. On the one hand, that is the coolest thing I have ever heard. On the other, well, I hope the stalkers didn't come off worse than Marguerite did. She had a huge gash on her forearm. I don't think things went as smoothly as she made out. And what's the point in surviving here if we have to kill everything that makes it so wonderful? I wish I knew more about these animals, but Father won't let me leave the habitat. Maybe with all this glass, we could build a containment unit and get up close to them.
Yeah, maybe we could. There's more here, but I just don't have time. Unless, of course, you've got some water for us. First aid kit, not what I'm looking for. Goodbye. Of course. Can I eat you guys raw? Could that be a thing? What even are you guys? No, you're just food. I need a way to extract some water. There's a PDA right there. But right now I need to go up. Here we are. Anytime you're about to surface, this is the first real cave diving we've done. It just makes you feel like you're re-emerging back onto reality, I feel like. We can get a little bit of water from this kelp. Yeah. I know. Come on. Filtered water. And nope. Drink. And we're good. Oh my god, that was bad. We barely made it out of there. We definitely need to stock up on just water bottles. We need to build that filtration unit. It's also going to be our first time consuming a cooked aye, and that will get us up a decent amount as well. Maybe we can... I don't know. I want to keep exploring that, but there's clearly things we need to do first. Doing a little bit of cave diving down this way. Goodbye. And yeah, I need a little bit of silver. I'll take your sulfur as well. Because I think it's about high time we built ourselves the compass. A lot of the directions we're getting are relative, so it's important that we get that where we can. Quartz, we also need as much of that as we can get. There's our compass, which I never considered useful until now. I think it's actually a good time to start putting into action the next phase of my master plan, which is going to be to build our second outpost. I want to do that in this episode because it's going to save us a lot of back and forth. See, because over in this other direction, towards the island, we have a teleport that goes between the two sides of the map. The only problem is that obviously we can't take our Seamoth with us. But if we had another Seamoth already at that location, if we had another place to stay and drop anchor, well, maybe it wouldn't matter. What if instead of constantly going out from a central point, we just had the original plan, different outposts that we can just hop back and forth between? Not to mention, we have seriously neglected this whole side of the map. Look at this. Giant glowing orbs that are seemingly tethered to the coral by these roots. Anchor pod. These unusual flora specimens have been encountered exclusively on the deep reefs. They consist of a large, spherical, gas-filled membrane anchored to the seafloor by its root system. At these depths, it is unlikely the structure is designed to enhance access to sunlight, but rather the pod's ability to propagate. Once the pods attain sufficient height, they burst, releasing spores which will catch the currents and disperse around the local area. I guess we don't want to be around when they reach the end stage of their life cycle. Wonder how big of a burst we're talking about. But there are remnants right around here as well. Oh wait, is this the grapple arm? We really desperately need this. It's the drill arm again. Yeah. But perhaps there are others. Yep, we have a huge warper presence here, which is not good. I wonder if they're actually drawn to the wrecks. You guys leave me alone, please. Scanner room fragment, we've already got it. This is one of those times where I have to wonder if they didn't expect me to come here earlier. I don't care about a massacre. This package should include weapon blueprints. It's so cool when you're at the stage where you're just like buzzing around this hulking thing looking for... What? I'm dead? What? So basically it creates this scenario where there's no reason to just roll with death, and the punishment for dying and reloading is you get to hold down W for a long time. I think there is an autosave mod, so I might mess around with that in future episodes, but like just the fact that I have to like fix such a basic thing is truly ridiculous. Alright, we need our flashlight. Okay, I'm always on the lookout for this thing because I want upgrade modules. There we are. Any doors we can cut through are doors I am very interested in, because that's where they hide the good goodies. I don't know, there's something about cutting in that, even though there's nobody else on this planet, it really is that extra barrier that makes you think, okay, nobody and nothing has touched this. I wonder if those warpers don't actually try to search wrecks, like if that's not maybe part of their job. Oh, we can cut into another thing too. Yep, it's a double door set. Cyclops docking bay repair module. We're finding so many upgrades for this thing that I'm certain it's our next big step. Let's eat one of these
Vital
things.
signs stabilizing.
Got another minute of oxygen. It's so easy to become disoriented in here. More nutrient blocks. We just don't need them. It's not food that I'm worried about. We're not going to be able to cut through on 15% power, so let's take one of those batteries, get through there, and then immediately bug out. Go, and we out. This thing about this electricity is it does make it pretty hard to see at times. But it is cool to see, like, actually meaningful destruction. It's not just visual. It all does seem very deliberate, where each room I can tell exactly how it's trying to trip me up. It's one of those ways where the world design actually plays into one of the directions of danger, which is your O2. Is there anything of use down here? Ah, there's a thing here. You can hear those warpers all over the exterior. Making some truly unnatural noises, which I suppose makes sense. They are apparently unnatural. Corporate profile, Torgal Corp. Oh, this is from that. Okie dokie, but is that really all we came down here for? Answer, I don't have too much longer to find out. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, wait, no, hang on. You're the prawn suit grappling arm. I think we only needed one more part. There you go. And let's save manually, which is really what you want to do in your beautiful exploration-based world where you're supposed to be taking things in. I love being taken out to pause the game every 2 minutes. Alright, now where are... Oh god, where is the way out? Through here, I think, and then down and out. It's always easy to forget when you have to go down to get out.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Now, as we approach the island, the question is, where would be the best spot to actually build this base? Down near the bottom, or more likely, actually, maybe we do it on the surface somewhere. Maybe even in that lagoon, I don't know. Because we want it to be quickly accessible after we use the portal. Let's actually take a moment and see. Oh, I was gonna say, let's see how deep the land is below this, but I'm getting a reading for the proposed Degasi habitat. I didn't realize that it gave us a location. That's going to be far deeper than we can take the Seamoth right now. We could potentially build on this. Essentially the roots of the island, I suppose. That could be something that we do. Just so deep. 2,600 meters from the cannon outpost. This biome seems to be much like the one we were just exploring. It just goes very far down. We're also starting to see larger and larger formations of materials, like this quartz. We saw something like this by the wreck. Special equipment required to collect. The primary argument for building on this little platform right here instead of on land is that we do, of course, want all of our outposts to eventually have a moon pool. So I think we're going to try for here. Alright, and from right here, like, we're directly under the island, so, like, right above us is that lagoon. So anytime we go through the portal, we can just park the Seamoth right in there. So we need a multi-purpose room. We should have enough titanium. There we are. And I think I have some glass on me for a hatch. If not, we'll stop at the life pod. We need a little bit more titanium. Should be able to find some. I'm just looking for some materials to finish that base with, and I'm wondering if we've ever been inside this wreck Doesn't look like we have. So this will be something new for us to see. Another one of those double cutters that you want me to use. One of those battery checks, I suppose, which battery not really a huge issue for us anymore, which I'm grateful for. It means we can put these resources into something like a power cell, which we can put into another Seamoth. And that's really the important thing. We need to add 2 so that we don't have to carry them between portals, which we obviously can't. That'll be some lightweight high-capacity tank. That'll be our next thing for sure. And some disinfected water, which we could always use. Alright, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo! Luxury second Seamoth. And we're moving on up in the world, or at least that's the hope. And this is the one that we'll transport over to what will be our second base. I just want to make sure, since all the bounty of basic materials we need is in the shallows, but not really anywhere else, we need to be able to start generating power, like, immediately, and so we need to make sure we have enough for the bioreactor. Another thing I've been thinking about is, you know, in areas where we can't find a lot of materials for the bioreactor, at least not at first, maybe we should start growing some of these kelp beds in, like, exterior grow beds. If it does create these seed clusters eventually, like, if you can grow these, then making these sustainable and available anywhere would be a huge win for us. After much hunting around, it's so annoying to find resources sometimes. We should have just about all we need to get this thing going. Just make sure we have enough quartz. That's 2 for you and 1 for you. And with just 1 more, we should be set to go. The shape of our new base in the deep kind of reminds me of those jelly shrooms. Let's have just a little stuff. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Damage imminent.
Oh, right. This one doesn't have the upgrade module. I wonder, are we able to build ourselves another one? I hadn't even thought of that, but it's something we're gonna have to address. Okay, well, thankfully we can get close enough. I'm glad I didn't build it at the deepest depth possible. So let's get ourselves in there, and then we'll see about getting the power up and running. So from the side we will have this, and if nothing else, it'll at least be a checkpoint. Here we go.
Emergency power only.
And then right in the center, we will build our bioreactor. There we are. Now, what do we use as a power source? I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to see what's in the area. But we also need the fabricator. We're 1 titanium short, of course. So let's see how we're doing this. I wonder... This being a gas-filled pod kind of makes me not think it's a good idea to go cutting into it. But what about you guys? There actually is quartz around, which is nice. Gel sack. We can eat it, but what do we do with you? Oh wait, gel sack, can we maybe use you to make aerogel? I don't have a scan of you. I guess I can't find out just yet, but we could put you in here. It won't be much, but it'll at least be something.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
This game is kind of nuts, honestly. This is the view from our apartment. Look at this, just suspended in the big bright blue. Gonna be awful on compression, as I've started to see, but the thing is, we're never too far away from resources, even if it seems fairly barren. It looks like we do actually have the gel buddies swimming around, and of course, we're right here beside the island. And hopefully up there we can find some recipes we already have and get ourselves some titanium. That stuff is actually surprisingly sparse the farther away you get from the Aurora. Well, I suppose not that sparse. Hello, I didn't even see this PDA before.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
To think that we were just behind all of these people
Vital signs.
is quite depressing indeed. But once again, we're living off the land and just kind of hoping to get a little bit longer out of this. Actually, our Seamoth is right there. Why don't we try just teleporting back? This place is actually kind of equidistant between here and the cannon outpost. I suppose the cannon outpost is a little bit farther. So it's from here that we'll make a very long sea glide journey back to collect the other Seamoth and bring it back to the other base. It may seem like a whole lot of just moving around and resource gathering, and it has been just a lot of me positioning pieces so far. But that's to save us a lot of time later so that we can really start focusing on exploring. Because my big problem has been like the long distances between safe locations. And in the last part, we created a bridge, and in this one what we've done is made that bridge meaningful. Are you just a creature egg? Are you? You're a night crystal. Okay, yes. This is actually something we were looking for. I've been seeing you, but I just kind of assumed that you were eggs.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And assuming things are eggs is not something you want to do. You also don't want to assume something isn't an egg when it is. The crew of the Nostromo found that out the hard way. Oh, great, I do not need to be thinking about that movie down here. Point is, we need to get over here. How's your energy production doing? Still just fine. And we need to finally build ourselves those epic fins. Now, how did we get you? It's just a little bit of titanium. We can build ourselves the Ultra Glide fins, which should make us quite a bit faster. Are they automatically equipped? They are. Let's take them for a spin. I honestly can't tell. And I suppose maybe it's a little bit faster. I wasn't expecting magic. But the next thing we do, I think, is going to be to allow them to charge our batteries while we're at sea. Well, maybe not the next thing. It's not super cool, but it's good for quality of life. As for the ultra-high-capacity tank, we can get that from the surface. We just need to go up and get a bunch of lithium, if we don't already have enough right here. Oh, we can see now the aerogel is made from gel sacks and rubies. Okay, we need aerogel for a lot of things, so we're definitely going to be looking into building some of that immediately. We already have some rubies, I think. Oh, wow. This is from... Wait. What happened to our third locker? I definitely didn't lose that in a save rollback. I built that right at the beginning of the episode. What are you talking about? So now when we want aerogel, which the ingredients lie 2 kilometers that way, we can just hop on into our portal. I guess this lengthy cutscene acts as a loading screen. It does have to load in an entire other area of the map after all. We do our little stumble through. And just like that, we are about 50 meters away. Now we can just come up here, hop into the pool, hope that we don't hit the little lip right there. And now we can just head straight directly down to our base. Oh, I am so happy with this setup. This is amazing. Now, if we just grab some of yous guys. Now, you sort of seem like you're related to floaters, but I wonder if we can actually grow you ourselves. Of course, anything we can grow ourselves will make things substantially easier, especially since there don't seem to be a ton of you around. And we are sitting over a whole new world. Why don't we have a little look with the Sea Glide real quick? Whole lot. Oh, wow. There's a hole in the ocean floor. It's even deeper than I thought. Yeah, we are definitely going to need more upgrades even to the other Seamoth, which I suppose I can just shuttle the upgrade itself around between the Seamoths. Let's just have a little bit of a look here, save our game. And we can probably fill you up with these guys, right? I mean, it may not do much, but yeah, it's working to an extent. Oh, there's another pad right here.
You see, Chief? You brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. We take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd
Well, I guess we found out how you came to be there.
Building materials, like damn queens. A couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal.
Integrating new PDA data.
They had a whole garden over here. You know, I find it really hard to believe, given our circumstances, that they couldn't make this work, but maybe that's a little bit of gameplay and story segregation. It is a little awkward getting the story in such different, like, increments, like, you know, getting it in the wrong order. But still, I suppose if you did get them that way, you would be set on the right path. I wonder if we can shorten this a bit? Even jumping on causes the teleporter to go off. That's so funny. I was actually looking it up, and the speedrun record for this is something like 28.5 minutes. That's amusing, but also really, really cool. Hang on, what is making those lights down there? Is that just a bug? It was very strange. Or maybe this island is haunted. A lot of things in this game have reason to be haunted. Oh, right, but I'm forgetting. Over here, there was... Wasn't there a pool of water down very low? Something we saw from the upper caves earlier. Did these chambers lead down into it? Now we're cave exploring on top of everything. Although cave diving is usually the more dangerous modifier. Where have we actually gotten? I swear, this game never met a rock that wasn't hollow. Okay, I guess we're coming out back here. But, you know what? If we're gonna find it, I think what we really need to do is have a look underneath the island itself. I know that there's large cave entrances. If we can find those, we'll probably find ourselves a way in, right? Yep. It's gotten to a point where I actually find I'm much more comfortable in the water. I mean, obviously down in caves is dangerous, but other than that, like, I just feel so much more mobile here. Actually, there is quite a large cave entrance on this beach right here. Maybe this goes where I'm trying to go? And right away it does. I wonder... Big open hole in the bottom of this island as well? Maybe, maybe not, but there is quite a breathing little ecosystem in this cave. Oh, this is so cool. I wonder if we'd be able to get the sea moth in here? I don't know, but we found another alien tablet, which of course saves us the trouble of having to make them. Thank you. Chamber's 100 meters deep, but I don't feel comfortable going any deeper right now. Even in here, I can hear those great leviathans. That one just will not leave. I think it knows I'm here. There's a thought. I just love how our base looks so much like an extension of the alien outpost. The way the moon pool juts out over the cliff edge. And, you know, given the fact that you've chosen to remain in view, Leviathan, it gives me the legal right to consider you a pet. You might disagree with that assessment, but what are you going to do about it? You're down there and I'm up here. Don't answer that. Anyway, we've got our lithium, which is all we need. So let's take you off and do our thing. I wonder how much extra air that gets us. Wow. Oh, wow. I think we're going to be set for a while. It may limit our maneuverability somewhat, but we do have the ability to make new depth modules, but only for the Cyclops. I wonder if it's a separate thing to do that for the Seamoth? I'll have to turn that off in a sec. Point is, we had to check out that aerogel, which we should be able to make as soon as we grab some rubies from here. And that will enable us to get even more things. How do we make it? It's considered the first of the advanced materials we can make. Now, the prawn suit, it does require aerogel. And for that, we need plasteel, enameled glass, diamonds. I think we can actually get a lot of that now. I mean, I kind of doubt its mobility in this moment, but it should be doable to get all this stuff together. We can also use our 2 magnetite and 1 titanium, as well as some stuff we crafted earlier, to finally build the stasis rifle. For the first time, a real defense against the dark arts. Dark arts, of course, being giant secreters. And I can't think of a better one to test it on. Right after we pop a Savy Davy.
Motivational note. Craig McGill crash-landed in the acid swamps of Boreal 9, fought off arachnid kidney poachers, and hijacked a tamed Star Wall. If he can do all that, you can survive one more day.
Yeah, well, I'm looking to build my own legend. Thing is, I don't like my odds in the dark, so let's just have a nap. I mean, we're already legendary. We were awake for literal weeks before finally building ourselves a bed. That is ingenuity. And just straight up grit. I mean, kids these days, they don't have to deal with half of what I deal with. I'm coming for you, little buddy. Alright, battle stations. Where'd you go? The last thing I want right now is to lose sight of you. There you are. If only I knew how to use this thing. That's actually a huge issue. And you're calling for backup. What a coward. So that didn't work. Oh, you've decided to come up close for this one. Okie dokie. I just had to sleep because the save was before that, but why wait next time around? So this needs to be charged up. I'm thinking maybe it creates a pocket that we need to... How do we do this? It needs to charge up all the way. Come on. Oh, you'll actually attack those guys, but this doesn't seem to have any effect on you whatsoever. Yep, you run. You don't seem to be able to kill them either, and this cannot stop you. Okay, well, maybe we can use it on other things. There's got to be some way to scan you. As it stands, I don't really know what use I have for this thing. Oh, If we look at our photo manager, we can just press the share button and it takes a Steam screenshot. That's kind of cool. This is such a pretty looking game. And I'm sorry, like, I know compression is probably doing a number on this because of the huge walls of solid colors, but you know, I highly recommend you try this out for yourself because it is such a big part of the game, is just how beautiful it is. Something we're gonna have to remember to do before each time we travel now is to take this thing out of here so that we can use it in our friend on the other side. This is gonna be our first mission using gate travel. Hello, other Seamoth? And from here, we can just plant this right on in. There you go. You can now go a lot deeper.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And what I would like to do is, well, first I'm going to head back and grab that PDA from the Mushroom Kingdom. But before I do that, I'd like to see just how close can we make it to this proposed habitat. Huh. You must be in a cave down there because I'm seeing rock. Okay, I don't remember if you had mentioned that, but that means getting to you is going to be even more challenging. Because at a max depth of 300 meters, even if the entrance is wide enough, we're probably not going to be able to get the Seamoth to you if you're not exposed to the surface directly. Yeah, and indeed, even if we come up and over here, I can't see any entrance, although actually, right there may be just what we're looking for. There is something here. In fact, it looks very, very much like alien architecture. What is this? Some kind of exchanger? Look, it looks like water is being pulled in on one side and pushed out on the other. But where does it lead? Maybe there's something in the cave that you guys found? We are at 300 meters right now. This is super, super deep. Let's have a look at this wreck fragment right over here. Have we explored one this deep? I'm honestly not sure. It's bound to have something useful, right? Thermal plant, we've already got that. Some deep craters here. Definitely use some titanium right now, actually. And yeah, it definitely seems to be barking up the prawn tree in this direction. Can we get in here at all? There's a door, but it's not cuttable. Nor is that, but that one opens. Modification station, already got you. Anybody else? Big source of titanium, if nothing else. Oh, here we are. See, it's good, but it's dangerous having such a large O2 tank. Because, on the one hand, yes, we have a lot more freedom, but there's also a lot more time for our mind to wander and forget that we have to worry about it at all. Okay, back to the U. What is this? Reinforced dive suit. We've got you already. Come on, tell me something I don't know. Oh, power cell charger? That is something I don't know. I mean, it's kind of redundant because we have the moon pools, but I guess it would mean we don't necessarily need a moon pool over in this direction. Could save us some resources.
Diversity in this
Maybe it's because of pH levels, or maybe it's because they know to avoid something that I don't. Artificial light down in the depths at night is just something else. Let's maybe get a move on. Except for... Is that something over there we haven't grabbed yet? Vehicle upgrade console. Whoa, wait. What is? Now we can upgrade the... Yes! Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's a little bit heavy on the resources, but it's stuff we can do. Seem up, you're about to get a whole lot more worthwhile. Oh, here's actually quite a large wreck, pretty close to the entrance to the Mushroom Kingdom. But this is not a cuttable door. I'm actually not sure if we've been inside this one just yet. Hang on, right at the end here, I'm running into all sorts of distractions, but this is why I'm so keen to keep playing this, because like, it's a game that's very much, ooh, what's this? I love it in exploration games when you're constantly finding things on the way to other things. Constantly putting pin in, oh, let's do that later and revisit this. It makes the progression feel so much more natural. But there's only so close I want to get, and I can't tell if there's a way in. There's an entrance right there. Let's go for it right after we save, which, you know, cool for immersion. We definitely haven't been here because there's an unopened box. Water, I will certainly take some of that. Something new. Degasi crew manifest, Marguerite Maida. Auxiliary search and rescue mission. Position freelance security personnel, age at time of disappearance 42. Mercenary, born in the Mongolian states. Experienced in ship-to-ship and close-quarters combat techniques. Tours of duty with the Mongolian Defense Force and the Trans-System Federation. Dishonorably discharged from the TSF 15 years ago for going off mission. Details classified. I love it when there's just such a huge wealth of implied story for characters we'll never even meet. Emissary Kesar reports Maida was hired to accompany Paul Torgal on board the Degasi into uncharted space and defend the ship in case of assault by pirates or rival corporations. Wait, so that answers my question from earlier. There actually is just straight-up corporate warfare going on. This wreck could potentially be quite extensive. I mean, it curves in like a U-shape upward. Take all the water you can give me, mainly because I'm too lazy to disinfect it myself. Doesn't seem like there's anything else researchable, though. Although there could be. And with our previous maximum amount of oxygen on the clock, I don't feel safe pursuing it. We've just got to keep in mind, because it was a real struggle, the way out is up and through... Oh, so much weaving we've got to do. This is a really deadly wreck to explore, even with the max time. I got out with, like, very little time left. Let's check it out. I feel like I shouldn't have even wasted that time explaining it. That's a dead end. Oh, I really don't like this. Much bigger room here. What are you? Mobile vehicle bay. It's mostly stuff I already have. And that's a whole lot of corrupted data. We can repair you. Hang on. Come on. God, it is so creepy listening to dead transmissions from dead people. Yeah. Hopefully there's another way out somewhere. What was the point of here? God, this is so disorienting when your view doesn't move the way you expect it to with relation to the place. Okay, how are we... Oh no, this isn't the way out. This is not the way out. Wait, up through here? No? Oh my god. Wait, can we get out through here? We can. Okay, yes, we just had to keep going. Alright, my god, that is by far the most dangerous wreck we've explored yet.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Is there even more here? There's so many mod station fragments here, it's unbelievable. God, I have no idea where I'm going. This is so, An even newer room. God, this place is huge. More water? At least we're getting a lot of water out of it. There's gotta be something to make this worth it, right? Well, we could grab this sick poster. That, no, I don't think there's anything for us. This probably would have been great a couple hours of playtime ago. Oh, there is a PDA. Altera citizen testimonials, we'll worry about that later. I need to leave. We may have to revisit this at some point, but for now, I think we just have another look at this cave nearby, which, by the way, where is? Right over here. Oh, look at all these peepers. Another first aid kit there. But this habitat is totally destroyed, although actually still quite occupied. Oh, they're not peepers, they're something called an oculus. Or at least another branch of them. This specimen shares genetic similarities with the common peeper. While the shallows and the cave systems are separated by just a few meters of rock, foodstuffs and threats in each biome are completely different. It's possible a small school of peepers was once cut off in the caves, and the oculus species is how they adapted. They have highly developed night vision. Large, complex eyeballs provide this herbivore superior vision in the dark and an intense phobia of light. While the peeper uses its beak to break down tough corals, the oculus likely feeds on the soft fungal growths of the jelly shroom caves, and thus has no need of one. The caves in which the oculus lives makes it hard to escape from fast predators. The oculus is adapted by splitting its tail fin into 5 separate tendrils. These tendrils prevent it from swimming as fast as its shallow water cousin, but each can be detached and regrown, enabling it to escape more easily when caught, and some of them just get to live in a straight-up house. So that's not evolutionary advancement, I don't know what is. Right, let's fix as much of you as we can and get going. There's surely more to explore in here. It'll have to wait until later. I just want that PDA that's down here somewhere. There it is. Alright, let's grab it and go.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Environment log. We're not doing this from outside the Seamoth. Even within the Seamoth, it might not be a great idea. User Paul Torgel requested cross-referencing of local environment scans with ideal habitat construction conditions, displaying results. Large subterranean cavern with multiple entrances. Conditions support a unique microcosm of predatory life forms. Minor structural instability in cave walls. Extensive resource deposits. Environment safety rating C. Optimal habitat site safety rating B. That might be a tad optimistic, and that's even without seeing the results. Site 7 has been selected as the optimal habitat construction site for the following reasons: close proximity to one of the cave entrances in case of emergency, medium distance from predatory organisms, stable foundations on which to build, ready access to materials. Okay. What are you guys doing? Is this game bugging out, or is that actually an intended behavior? All I know is I'm not sticking around to find out. We've got stuff to do, stuff to build, and actually even deeper places to explore. And I cannot wait to get to it. Now is where we're getting into the real meat of the game. Now that we've sorted travel, now that we've sorted survival, we can start heading down deeper to see what these people saw. But that'll all have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.